Hi Fran, how you doing? It's Russell here from a Celtic State of Mind. I just like to ask you, at the start of the season, there's always goals that you have as a team. There's always targets that you want to achieve. Now we're into the sort of final end of the season. What is the driving goal right now, and what is it Celtic are looking to achieve?
Right. Hi, Russell. Nice jacket, by the way. For me, when we set goals, the most important thing is to create an identity, to become a family as much as we can. Obviously, COVID has done a lot of damage in this, in every team in the world. So that's the two main goals. You know, we want to have a very successful medium to long-term project. We want to be the best team in the country for many, many years to come. And that's a process. Okay. So, I am very happy what the girls have achieved so far. We are in a great run of form, and it's very, very important that we think about, in my opinion, we think about the next 3 points. That's it. When you look after every single game, like it's the last game of the season, when we control what we can control, then the byproduct most of the times is winning. So let's focus on, what I tell to the girls. I think they bought into it when they talk. The expectations of winning the league, Champion League, all this, is from the outside, and it's great because people need to get excited. It's all about excitement. But for us, it's about the next 3 points. We have to be focused, control every single action, and get the next 3 points.
Fantastic. No, I love that, mate. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hi Fran, how are you? I just wondered how pleased you are with the recent results and the way the campaign is going. I think that's 9 games unbeaten now, and has that surpassed your expectations when we restarted after lockdown?
To be fair, I have to be very proud. We scored in the last 9 games 30 goals. We only conceded twice, and none of these goals has been against, obviously, the top 2 teams at the moment. So I have to be very proud. I think the performances has been up and up and up. It's not easy because the way we want to play, the way we press, the intensity that we require, is not easy to keep this high level in every game. Especially when you got in between games against Glasgow City, against Rangers, it's very hard. Even Hibs, Spartans, teams that always make it very difficult. And we managed to don't make mistakes in the last 9 games, apart from maybe not punishing Glasgow City in the second half, but they also got their chances. But yeah, I have to be very proud. I wouldn't say we are overperforming because I think we got an amazing group. I love my team, and I know how good they are. And as long as we can control the mental aspect of the game, I think we are in the place we wanted to be at this moment in time. Obviously, everything to play for, and for us now, the whole focus going into the next 3 points. But if you see the stats, the 9 games, how difficult is that? 25 points from 27 in a league like that with the teams we go is very, very difficult. So I have to be very proud of the team.
Have you noticed a change just since in the short time that you've been in charge? And the club moving towards more professionalism, have you overseen a change within the standard of play and the standard within the squad?
100%. I think obviously we change a lot of things. We try to produce changes in a smooth manner. I don't believe in drastic changes on too many things too quickly. But slowly, I think we got now everyone identify our style, everyone identify our aggression and how we like to press and how we defend with 11 players, never with 2 or 3. So I think it's a lot. Then the club has done a great effort in a very difficult time, COVID time, has done a great effort. So we are, as a club, structurally, we are growing and growing and growing. So they are investing more resources. We are getting better, much more professional. So I am delighted. I know it's a smooth change. For us, our goal was never to win the league this year. We want to be the dominant team in the future. So it's a smooth process. We got in the team so many, for me, in my opinion, the best young talents in the country, under 19s, internationals, that we want to set this professional high elite environment where they can flourish. So everyone is part of that. And then players like Kelly, that's the mirror where these young girls have to look at to become the best professional they can be. So yeah, I definitely can see a style. I can see a good structure that will help us to be a dominant team in the country in the next years, which is why we are all here.
In that respect, then, would exposure to Champions League football next season really help you to elevate that standard?
I can tell you that we will be in Champions League. I hope we can manage. We will see. I don't want to think about that. I hope we can manage to do it next season, but it's very difficult. On paper, we are the third favorites. We always were the third favorites, and we are happy with that. We like to fight from the underdog position. If we manage to get that, that would be amazing. In terms of the investment that other clubs has done, massive investment to try to get success straight away, and the history of the other club that won the last 13 league titles. We should be humble enough and say, okay, we are on paper, we are the third favorite. If we can get it, it would be amazing. If not, we will need to make sure next year we are there. So again, it's a long-term project. I can guarantee you Celtic will be in the Champions League. I just cannot tell you when.
Thank you, Fran. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Fran. Just on the subject of increasing professionalism within the women's game, Dominic Mackay was a big backer of women's rugby at the SRU, and I wonder if you've had an opportunity to speak to Dominic about the investment going forward, and also maybe where the team is going to find its home ground, because in the recent weeks we've played home games at 3 different parks, at Lennoxtown, Celtic Park and at K Park, and on those 3, which one did the team prefer playing on?
Yeah, I have the opportunity to talk several times to Dom by emails, by message. Obviously, our schedule is crazy. His schedule is even more crazy. So we haven't had the opportunity to meet face to face, but he's been in contact, communication, congratulating us after every single win. I know he did a lot for women rugby, and I know he's very keen to do a lot for Celtic women. So it's fantastic. We got a lot of plans. Obviously, I won't say too much because I wait until they are confirmed, but we got very exciting plans in terms of training and in terms of playing for next season. So I can guarantee you that it's going to be a much better surroundings than is this year. So yeah, it's going to be, again, in our strategy of increasing slowly professionalism and resources, step by step. We are going to do another step for next season. So it's exciting.
Thanks, Fran. Good luck on Sunday. I'm sure we're going to win, and we won't be third favourites after that.
I hope you are right. Thank you very much.
Hi, Fran.
Hi, Claire.
How are you?
I'm very good. Very excited, and counting the hours until we kick off.
I know. I was going to ask you. I know you said it's just another game and you take everyone, but this does this feel like one of the biggest games you've been in charge of since you joined Celtic, going into the Rangers game on Sunday?
I know it's a cliche, Claire, but for me, honestly, every Sunday is the biggest game we ever been. It's a cup final, and it's the most important game for the season. And in this case, it happened to be a Glasgow derby. If I think about Glasgow derbies, obviously my experience in Glasgow derby is absolutely perfect. It's 2 amazing games where, with the best result, we haven't even conceded a goal against them, knowing how good they are, because they are very good, and very experienced as well. So yeah, for me, it's very important. I know Kelly talked about some of the girls that feel nervous. For me, it's very important that the body chemicals of nervousness and excitement are very similar. It's very important that we know that it's excitement, it's not nervousness. And we have done it twice. Why we cannot do it again? So we will fight for it to get something from the game. I don't want to think, that's the biggest game of the season. It is the biggest game of the season because it's the next one. But yeah, Glasgow derby, I know what that means for the fans. And this is always something we always talk in the changing room before the game. We always mention the fans. For us is, again, we are talking about a club growing together. The fans is the most important part of football. And, we are feeling the passion from them in the social media, when we see them in the street. And, for us, it's about giving them something to cheer in a tough year. So yeah, we will definitely play with our hearts. We will fight to try to get something from the game, ideally the 3 points. And even if we don't get it, we want the fans to feel proud, even in the defeat. But that's a scenario that we are not contemplating.
Just on a practical note, in terms of you've been quite lucky with the fitness of the squad. You've said it's been tricky to pick players. How is the fitness? Are there any players who are a doubt for Sunday? And also, one of the questions we've been asking all season is, a player we've missed is Natalie Ross. I think I asked you about this in a couple of press conferences ago, but I just wondered whether there's an update on any of that.
Yeah, so obviously it's very difficult, Claire, as you know, to manage. But we've been very professional. We've been very good in our game preparation. The players has been spot on. We managed in some key games to actually get a great result before halftime, and that has allowed us to rest some important players in key positions that we know they are going to need the legs and the intensity in games that are where we are underdogs. So yeah, we've been lucky enough to not pick injuries. There is obviously no one is going to feel 100% right now when you play twice a week, especially when you are not used to and when you have a stop for 6 months and then another lockdown. So we know if you are 80%, it's good. It's good enough. And regarding Natalie Ross, obviously it's a huge miss for us. One of our most experienced players, a Scottish senior international. She was flying for us. And in a friendly, she got what we thought is just a light sprain, but finally it's been some complications. So we won't see Natalie Ross until pre-season. So hopefully we win and we can dedicate to her alongside other people the win.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Fran. Good luck on Sunday.
Hey, Fran, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
Your flat is so much tidier than mine, by the way. Although Wednesday night's match obviously wasn't televised, there's been increased attention on the club this season, kind of especially after lockdown. Has that increased scrutiny impacted how you go about these matches at all? And do you think the players are getting the recognition they deserve?
I think it's been a very positive change. Obviously, with the men league now finishing, the focus turned to the women league. It helped that all the games are televised. It has increased a lot the exposure, the passion. We feel it. We feel it in the social media, and we feel it in the streets. So it's great. It's great. When I first came to Scotland, I could see that. I could see a league that wasn't where it needed to be, but I could see the potential, and I could see with the two in the main game, the two biggest clubs becoming professional will just attract players and players all over Europe, and that's what we've done. We brought so much talent into this league, and this talent that came to stay, not to go like in previous years. So yeah, it's very exciting, and I think the girls feel it. The girls feel now it helped because they feel like proper professionals. Also helped that the club is all the time pushing to increase this level of professionalism, but they feel like professionals. So it's very important that they look after themselves off the pitch, and they represent themselves and behave themselves in a professional manner, because now they are out there in the eye of fans, of the society, of the community. So yeah, definitely it's a very positive change. We feel it, and that even gives us more desire to do well, because football is about, as I said before, football is about the fans, and we can get both sides of the spectrum. When we are losing, we will get some stick, which is part of football and part of passion. But at the moment, we are in a amazing form. 8 wins from 9 games and 1 draw. And we definitely want to keep building and keep making our fans happy, because that's the state of mind and the state of happiness we want them to be in.
Well, I think the fans definitely are happy. You're on a fantastic run. Obviously, the last game against Rangers was quite a tight affair. Obviously, Mariah Lee getting the winner. Has that made you think about how you're going to approach this match? Are you going to be looking at it any differently? Any changes in personnel? How are you feeling about coming into this one?
Yeah, sorry, Ewan, but this obviously that's top secret for obvious reasons. But no, we know their strengths. We know their strengths. But we know their weaknesses. They are a very strong team, but they got weaknesses. And so far in both games, in different, the weakness we exploit are different, because they also got evolution, and they also got different players that got different strengths and weaknesses. So we got clear our game plan. Obviously last time we were talking before about nervousness and excitement. When you are nervous, when you are tense, then, when you try to execute actions, let's say finishing or passing, or, is not clean execution. So sometimes the psychological part is the most important part. So having a game plan clear in the mind of every player, it helps a lot to interpret these nerves as excitement. So yeah, we will do our game plan. We know we are good enough to take the 3 points from the game, because we have done it the last 2 times. But the last 2 times means absolutely nothing for this game, because that they are not going to be intimidated. They are going to be aggressive. They are going to be good on the ball like they are always. So we know it's going to be a fight, but this is what we are. We are a team of fighters with a heart like that and willing to get the 3 points for our fans and for ourselves.
Right, top man, Fran. Best of luck for Sunday.
Thank you very much.
That with the obviously upcoming fixtures, how important is it that the team mentally are as well prepared as what they are, tactically right now?
I think everything's really crucial right now. We've never ever experienced a fixture schedule like this.
Yep.
Well, certainly not very many of us have. It's a minority if anybody has. Some of us have played internationals, which is tournament football, and it's maybe 3 games in 8 days. But this is insane compared to anything that we've done. So I think everything is important. The physical readiness, the way that we look after ourselves away from training, the way that we look after ourselves at training, mental readiness, and the coaching staff getting us prepared for each game. Obviously, you go into each game and you're playing against different players with different strengths and different weaknesses. So that tactical side that the coaches take responsibility for, everything is important. Every minute is important, and we need to make sure that we capitalise on other teams' weaknesses and focus on our strengths. And the coaches take responsibility for that. They really make sure we do our game prep every single week. We've not got very much time on the training field just now because we're either recovering from the day before or we're preparing for the next game, which is the next day. So it's really important that we do both things right. And yeah, the coaches still are taking the time to pull together something on the opponents every single game, so that even though there is very little time, we do make sure we go into the game well prepared.
I just think it's fascinating that, the mental drain it must be doing on the players right now. I just want to say, please just keep going, because we're really all behind you.
Yeah, we're trying hard. There's a countdown. We're taking each game as it comes, but it's 4 to go.
What are these games like to play in? Have you been to the men's fixture? Have you been to like a Celtic Rangers game? And what's the intensity when you're playing in it? And just what's the whole experience of it?
I think it's weird that you asked that question, because obviously when we played Rangers back in the first round of fixtures, there was quite a lot of new bodies and they didn't really know what to expect. And I remember speaking to some of them after the game saying they couldn't believe the difference. They're kind of going into it not really with the knowledge of what it's like to play in the Glasgow Derby. They've never been to the men's ones because we've not been able to because of COVID. And so I think they said that when we all turned up at the training centre, they were kind of like, can't believe the way that it was before the game, just the atmosphere and the level of adrenaline. And this is players that haven't been to a men's fixture. So I think that in itself kind of tells you that it is really similar. We know that externally this is the one that gets the eyes, and you turn up and there's all the history that comes with it. And I do think, as much as we try, it's just another game, it's another 3 points. When you turn up on the day, it does feel different. There's just something about it. And I guess I've given you it from the views of people that hadn't been to a men's game and hadn't been involved in it, and the women's game either. It's just different. It's hard to explain. It's just different.
Yeah, there's obviously weight attached to the fixture in isolation, but particularly in this weekend's game when it's so tight, it's so nip and tuck. Those top 3 places, I would guess that adds a whole other layer to it.
I mean, you could say, but to be honest, every game is like that. With the way that the top 3 teams are this season, any defeat is bad. So yeah, there's maybe importance on it on Sunday, but it's just another game for us. It's another one that we want to win. And if we'd been beat playing against Spartans on Wednesday night, it would have had the same impact as the 3 points or no points on Sunday does. So I think every single game just now is of the same value. If we don't win, then we take ourselves away from the other teams that are competing for the top 2 places.
Kelly, is the players aware of just how much interest now that the team has among the Celtic support? And can also say that your team has done the club proud this year, and we're all rooting for you. It's not so much that we're playing the Rangers on Sunday, it's that we're quite close to a win on Sunday gives us a real good chance of being in the Champions League. And I just think that next season, that if we could all get in there and support you, you could have quite a large crowd in there watching you.
Yeah, I think people have started to realise, just going back to social media, the attention that it gets. I don't want to talk about the guys' season. We all know that it wasn't what we wanted it to be, but you know, us beating Rangers the last couple of times, it has got more press because it's uplifting for the fans, and what has been a disappointing season. I don't think the club would mind me saying that, because it's not a lie. So maybe we've bounced off or taken something from that. I don't know, but I think in the past few years anyway, the attention that we've been getting has been on the rise. It's been going up and up. Maybe with COVID as well, you know, there's more games being televised. The fans can't get to the guys' games. They can't get to any games. So everybody is just looking for any game of football that's on the TV to watch, because we all miss going so much. So I think it's probably a mixture of everything, but I do think that people are starting to realise the enormity of the support that we've got behind us, and it's great to see. You know, it's really when things go well and you go on social media and you see so many comments and you're doing us proud and all this kind of thing. You know, it's joyful, obviously, with that. If the negative results come, then we've got to take the other side of it. But when it's going good, it's really great, and it has been really uplifting to see the support from people externally that maybe before didn't really realise. I always go back to it that women's football's only really had the media coverage over the last couple of years, and so now that people are starting to see more and hear more, and it's just going up and up, and it is really great. It's like I say, it's really uplifting going onto social media and seeing loads of positive comments about the team, about what we're doing, about individuals, everything. It's been really good. And yeah, we're looking forward to hopefully getting people in the stadium.
Brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Claire.
Just a quick one. Obviously, we've talked about how big this fixture is and how this particular game on Sunday feels huge because of what the standings in the league. How do you personally prepare for a game like this to sort of calm yourself and settle yourself? And then how do you do that? How do you kind of, as the captain, then pass that on to the rest of the squad?
I think it's important we just do the same. The hardest thing is changing the kick-off time. The 4 o'clock kick-off is the hardest change for us. But it obviously affects what you eat, when you eat, when you sleep, all that kind of thing. But I think other than that, for me as captain, it's trying to prepare the exact same and having that calm impact on the rest of the team. You know, there are always nerves when it comes to a Glasgow derby, and I've already made the point about, you know, every game just now feels like the same thing. If we drop points against other teams that Rangers didn't drop points against, then it's the same outcome as Sunday. So in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's really close, and yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of attention on the game on Sunday, but it's just another game for us, and it's just another 3 points that we want. I think as captain, my main thing will just be trying to tell the players that, you know, if we are nervous, and Rangers are going to be feeling the exact same. It's the exact same for both teams. It's not one feeling more nervous than the other. We're in the same situation, 2 of us. So I think my role this week is to hide my nerves if I start feeling really nervous, and to try and help the rest of the team be as calm as they can going into the game to give us the best chance of a good performance.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Hi Kelly, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You?
I know bad. So excellent win on Wednesday night. Obviously, it's a big match coming up. 2 wins out of the last 2 for Celtic against Rangers. As captain, what are you taking tactically from the last 2 meetings, and what have you learned from those 2 that you'll be looking to use in this tie?
I think both games defensively we've been really strong. We've not conceded yet, and if you don't concede, then the worst results are draw. I think when I speak about our defensive performance, I don't mean the back 5. I mean 11 plus the subs. Everybody puts in the work to keep the clean sheets. I think going into Sunday's game, we know that Rangers are strong. We know that they're good going forward. They're fast going forward. They've scored a load of goals in the season. So I think from the last 2 games, we just know that we have to put in a solid defensive performance and then take our chances when they come. I think the first time we played Rangers in the first round of fixtures, we maybe missed a few chances before the late penalty. But in the game at Celtic Park, there weren't so many chances for either team, but there weren't so many chances. And when we did get our chance, we took it. So I think, again, you know, we can't sit here and say that Rangers aren't going to put us under pressure. They are very, very strong going forward. We just need to make sure that we absolutely match that, and that when we do get our chances, because we will get chances, we take them.
Great. Like you said, obviously the kind of the whole 11 are defending. There's a lot of defending from the front. How much onus does FRAN ALONSO put on pressing and fitness and that kind of thing? How much do you work on that pre-match? Because that clearly is paying off, you know, in the matches.
I think FRAN's style is very different to anything that we've had before, and it must be good because we've done well. I think as a group of players, and FRAN might blush, but as a group of players, when FRAN talks through his press, he stood in the middle of it on the training pitch, and it's really, really useful. He shuffles to the right and he shuffles to the left, and he stops when it's wrong and he points it out. And so I think, you know, he does put great emphasis on that side of the game, on that defensive shape and how we press, how we want to win the ball back. You know, we can challenge ourselves in drills and try and force winning the ball back quickly and stuff like that. So they encourage that training, the coaches encourage that. But yeah, FRAN's put great emphasis on the shape when we're off the ball, and I think it's done us well. When we do it as players, when we do it well, we do it very well, and it works.
Got it. Thanks, and best luck for the weekend.
Thank you very much.